It's going to be a fun little tutorial. You won't see that.
Hey, I think I found us. I found you. What's up? Oh, life is good, man. This week's been incredible. Birthday week for my youngest, and 2 trips to Salt Lake back to back, and you and I managed to get coloring done. Roller hockey started. There's a lot happening. Reno, did the sound on that? Sound okay?
What's that?
Oh, just sound check.
Sounds good
There's
to
an
me.
echo somewhere.
I'm going to get, in a beard growing contest.
It's kind of unfair, Reno. I mean, you know how long I've been working on this? 1 year. What's yours, like March 1st?
I saved yesterday.
Before anybody's on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I hope they find it and laugh.
Oh. Right. Oh. So, Mike, to answer your question, this picture up here is my platoon when I was in my combat training.
Is your what?
That was my platoon when I was in combat training in Camp Pendleton.
Awesome.
I'm giving anybody $20 that can find me.
I'll take it.
No, you're not invited, Walt. I thought this MRE is full of laxatives and plugs and everything else.
I'm just working on sharing our YouTube with fans, so if it looks like I'm looking down, that's because I am.
I just can't stop looking down. It's just so cute.
Yeah, that's why.
Kurt, lay down. Just stop. You have to tell them to let me go.
The Rogue Savage Lands.
Yep.
Again, for those that have viewed us before and those new joining us tonight, we are Rookie Comics, coming to you live, showing you a bit of our process, and going to talk about what we got coming up.
We always have fun.
If you're on and you want to say something, type it in. Let us know how we're doing. If you can hear us right. Still trying to get all our sound right now before 8 o'clock.
So please help.
Yeah, tell us if we're not sounding right or not looking right. Mike needs to go comb his hair. And I'll say no.
I'll say I got an easy solution to that problem.
Yeah, shave it all off.
Hey, yeah.
Well, it's because you have a lot of it falling out, and you need to do that.
Yeah. It's falling down to the areas that matter. That's it. Easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not that hard.
Good old crunch week. What does that mean, Walter? When he says we, he's mostly saying the royal we. He has been working his butt off.
It's marathon.
And
It's marathon week for him.
for those of you that may have gotten a link that we've sent out to you and jumped on, what is this? Again, we're drawn, showing the process. We're comic booking. Walter, why don't you explain again? This is continuation of what you worked on 2 weeks ago, correct? Art study.
Can't remember. May the 3rd. May the 4th.
Well, it is May the 4th celebration, Star Wars Day, but because May the 4th lands on a Sunday at the collective, it is May the 3rd for the date. And for those local, isn't it noon to 7? It's starting early again. Every person that walks in the door from the collective will get one per customer. So if you bring a bigger crowd, you guys, I took my kids out last year and I ended up with one of every comic book they were giving away. But come in because we're also going to be giving our design to the collective, and they've got a lady in there that will make some Tumblr designs, kind of like this, but it'll be her own design, but for Rookie Comics. So you can get it. You can get your hands on some first merch. And you do your sublimation through your sports store, correct? We really appreciate FanZone. Obviously that's you, but along with everybody on your team, Paula, really worked hard to get us. They've helped me several orders that were kind of rushed, and you guys have done great. My son absolutely loved his custom jerseys, and what you guys come up with for working on for Rookie Comics, it's just awesome. So, shout out to FanZone.
Absolutely, I got multiple jerseys from there and hats, and they do an amazing job for sure. High quality, top quality.
Since you brought up wasted wages, can Reno really quick give us a little bit what they did for us last month?
Yeah, so last month we had they sponsored us for a fundraiser at the convention center in Burley. It was for a cornhole tournament. We had a way awesome turnout for that. We were expecting 15 to 20 players, if that. We ended up with 32, correct? 33? Yeah, so ended up with 32 players. We had a couple of fans of ours, friends of the family, donate some toolboxes, some knives, a toolkit. Then with the raffle and everything, we came out absolutely ahead of what we were expecting. And we could not have done it without them. And of course, with all you guys that were on here that showed up and helped us out with that. So that was a big turnout for us, and a very big.
Why was that such a big deal to us personally?
So to us personally, that was we had our goal set of what we needed for these next books to come out.
We are self-published, guys, and so
we're self-published. Everything we do not make any money on these books at all. This is all coming out of our pockets. So us going out there and having the turnout that we did and everything, that tournament paid for these 5 books coming to you guys on May the 3rd.
Well, I just wanted to chime in that, when we decided to start Rookie Comics, I don't think we thought we would as big as this effect as this is going to become. I mean, Walter alone is teaching comic books to homeschool kids. The inspiration here of starting, I mean, we don't have a big publisher. We're not Marvel or DC or Image or Dark Horse. We're Rookie Comics. We're local, and we want to inspire local and put back into the community. So these books, yeah, we are. They're $5 a book, but really, it's not a huge multi-million-dollar profit. It's really, we're not barely making enough to be able to publish the next set of books, and we want to inspire.
Well, just got a message. They can't hear you while on YouTube.
Now, whoever typed that, can you hear just Walter, or can give us some feedback?
They can't. They can't hear you.
Well, let's test out this setting. Where's the save button? Let me just boom. How about now?
I just logged on a separate device and I can hear you great, but I'm going to turn it off so we don't get multiple feedback.
So here's Mike and
I just logged on a separate device. I can hear you great, but I'm going to.
There you go. You're good, Walt.
Sweet.
Multiple feedback.
Thank you very much. I don't even know if I could start saying everything we already said. So we're gonna keep going.
We'll just continue forward.
Yeah.
I would like a repeat, please.
You'd
Yeah,
like a
start over.
Repeat. I'm like, go back.
Erase everything you've drawn. Start from scratch.
That does help immensely, though. Those of you watching saying comments like that, because we could talk all night and not know you can't hear us.
Yeah, we stream on a different program and then we bring the audio in, so it's different. It's a different whole setup. It takes a little time. That thumb's going to be in the middle, on the inside of that, huh?
Well, and I usually stream from my PC in the garage, and I try to do it differently tonight, so
yeah,
my input could be slightly different as well.
I like that you're on an iPad, right? Like, I like the screen on it.
Yeah.
I mean, that works really nice. I'm trying to keep my hand away from the screen, so I'm not like.
You mean our viewers need to be able to see X-ray vision through your hand?
Right. And so I wanted to do a little reveal today. And I'll just take some time and do it right now. My wife and my kiddo got me this thing. Let me add some more light on this subject.
So where's your little glove thingy at?
Yeah. I'm guessing on buttons here, people.
Anyways, while he's doing that, also because of the fundraiser we did, we were able to sponsor JoJo for her softball.
Yes.
For her and everything.
Big deal. Rookie Comics' first sponsorship.
Rookie Comics' first sponsorship went to JoJo for her softball gear.
Technically, sorry, go ahead. Sponsoring JoJo for her what?
for her softball equipment and all of her gear, traveling, entry fees or entry costs for the tournaments that she'll be playing in, and also a spot on the banner for us.
That's right. So I got this. Let me make sure that you guys can see it right. So it's called Flex Comfort Smooth. It's a left or right hand, and it's 2 or 3 fingers. I apologize if it's upside down.
So from here, it's Elbix Elf.
Elbix Elf is Husmus Dan Tiger Teflon. Yeah, so what it is a glove that I'll do this one. It goes on my hand like this. And so when I'm drawing and my palm hits my screen, it will actually do that. So with this, I don't have that. And when we go into flatting and putting different colors in where I'm highlighting like an area of someone, so like if I pick this area and I want to throw it in some blue in it, right? I want to pick a whole person, or maybe just the weapons, or a single weapon, or the background, sky, ground, the buildings. We'll put a flat color on it before we start layering different colors on it, just kind of like you're painting. You'll be halfway through like this enormous tree that you thought was a really good thing to put in your drawing, but it's taking forever. And your palm will hit something and it'll just like freeze it, and you'll have to start all over. So it's a big time saver. This glove is a big time saver, and it was a really well thought out gift. And I also got these tips. I'll use this here. They got me these tips, and each of these tips has got a different purpose to it. And so the one I'm using right now is the 2B. My other one's in here, and it's soft. Like, so when I'm sliding on my screen, like it does pressure. Like if I push harder, lighter, right? But with my other tip that I was using and have been using, I've went through like 20 of these tips. They're hard. You'll feel like almost like you're pulling scratches into your glass. This thing is really cool. When they got them for me, I was like, oh, tips, cool. I always need tips. That's great. And then I put this one on, and I was like, oh my goodness. It was one of the best gifts I've ever got in my life. It's crazy. A little piece of plastic. So, yeah, little reveal for us. Got them on Amazon if anybody's looking for them. Yeah, it was good. So we got May the 4th coming up, which is on May the 3rd, right, Walt?
Yes, sir. Check your facts, Jack.
May the 4th celebration at the Collective is on May the 3rd in Burley.
Yep.
Free Comic Book Day. But May the 4th is still May the 4th.
Yep. And that's like an organization, right? Like, am I wrong in that?
It's a holiday. I mean, I don't know if it's a national holiday or just a fan holiday.
Should be.
But, I mean, it's definitely a Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you.
Yep. So
it used to be my wedding anniversary before I got divorced.
Yeah.
And I would call it May the 4th be with you. It didn't make someone very happy.
Oh. You got married on that day?
I did.
I don't know that was the best decision, bro. Like, I don't.
Yeah, it shows you my focus.
Hey, you know what? It wasn't just your decision.
No, it was not.
It takes time to get married. She's like, I could get married tomorrow. Yeah. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm just going to go through and I'm going to throw in some outlines. This image is his chest is kind of funny on this image, but we're gonna just when in doubt black it out kind of deal. So he's definitely got his chest is really puffed up. He's got some rips inside of his clothing here, so I'll do that.
I know you didn't want to do too much of a repeat, but since they couldn't hear you, do you want to explain again what you're doing?
Yeah, yep. Sorry about that. So last week we penciled Marvel Savage Land. It's an art study, and so we're going to just like did some talked about some shapes and different things. We talked about a lot of the actual book and the characters behind Savage Land, and got our basic foundation down. Today we're going to be doing inking and hopefully get into some coloring of this. And yeah, we're just gonna enjoy this guy's work, and we're gonna try to replicate it with our own little style and twist on here. So, and I'm gonna keep my hand out of the way. I'm really gonna try to focus on keeping my hand out of the way. So, feel free to yell and scream at me, and you know.
It's crazy. I mean, we haven't been in the comic book industry very long at all, right?
Oh no, very very long.
I mean, it almost doesn't even feel like we're in that yet. But until, of course, we started doing our first.
I've been a comic book creator for 6 months. Yeah, there you
go. Well, you've been a comic book creator for a year and a half now. When did you start this book right here?
Well, you know,
that would have been almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years now. That's crazy.
So yeah, you've been working on it.
Yeah. And I mean, to kind of put that into perspective, it's been 2 years, right? We got 3 books out, and we're dropping 5 next month.
That's a huge. That'll put our total up to 7 books under the name of Rookie Comics.
Yeah.
So. This book I just held up. This is the first and only WMW, correct, guys?
Yep.
This was before Rookie Comics. Only 50 books in existence, correct?
Yep.
So we came out with this one December 12th of 2023.
December 12th. Okay. And then we just showed up.
Sorry.
That's when you started on it, right?
No, this is when we brought it out. Oh no, never mind. That's the collected. Never mind. Wrong day.
We actually released. Did we release the first ones of those books on May the 4th last year?
Yeah. It was your first initial signing.
Yeah. I mean,
tell you guys right here, that's $100 book now.
Yeah.
If someone walked up to me today and wanted to buy it from me,
it's got a lot of.
And that's in a year because there's only 50 of them, and it's rare.
That is true.
It's a limited edition.
We sold our last ones in, I want to say, June.
We sold the last one the May the 4th.
Yeah.
Well, no, last October went 3 left, and we sold them. We sold those at $40 a piece.
Yep.
With people that wanted the first original book.
Some certain people were lucky enough to get one for a Christmas present.
Yeah.
But we've done something great to honor that original printing, correct, guys? What are we doing? Because we found when we released book 2, I don't know if I'm showing this very good on my camera.
That way.
But no. There we go. Judgment, Rise of Conquer, book 2. There was one problem we ran into with people that had not bought the first book, and it was people wanted book 1.
Yeah. And
we only printed 50 of them.
Right.
So what have we done to make up for that?
So what we've done is we edited the limited series book and made it into a part series, book 1 and 1.5, which will be one of the ones that we are releasing this May for you guys. We're doing more coloring to it. We edited all of our typos. We got rid of some of the errors that we had in there. We just made it more condensed, and
We had a lot
that
of feedback. We
The
had really-
storytelling in the color and in the texting, there's some improvement there too as well.
Yeah, for sure. We had a lot of good feedback from that, from close family members, people that follow us. The collective's been really supportive.
So this isn't at all a takeaway from that 1 and 1.5.
Right.
It's really an honor, right? It's like releasing a theatrical version and then a editor's edition. It's the director's cut.
Well,
So Walt
yeah.
Lindsay Hyde asked, does the new tip feel more like a realistic pencil with a give or
Yes.
bend?
Yeah, so it's got it's really like a soft tip. Like you know how you can push down on a pencil and you start losing lead? It literally it feels like that. So like when you start pushing really hard, you can feel the give. It's not like a pillow or something soft. It's just oh, it's just sexy. I'm just like I don't know if I could describe it any other way. It really is just something else. When you're pushing down on it, you can feel how much pressure you're putting on it. You don't get the give back from the glass. Um, I would feel with my old tip, I would feel like I was dragging dirt across while I was drawing. I would start to rotate it just because I'm like, well, maybe there's a weak spot in the glass right there, different things. After putting this tip on, I know that my glass, there's no errors on it. It's crazy. You could feel this one fall apart and you were using it. It was so great question.
Very good.
It
Thank you,
does.
Vince.
It feels more like pencil. That's a good way of saying it. But it's something else to draw with for sure.
So we have Judgment. You just talked about 1 and 1.5, and then we already have Judgment: Rise of Conquer, book 2, and then you've got your book 3 as well, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that'll be really 4 books, guys, in total for Judgment. 1.5. Because when we started Rookie Comics, we kind of decided to try to do back to the original style, smaller books, not filled with 10 pages of advertisement, and try to put more content in each page.
Right.
A lot of that's for affordability. In a 12-page book, we're cramming a lot in
Yes.
and trying to tell a story in a short amount of time. And obviously, the story is complete or is better when you put them all together. And so, as you read 1.5, and 2 and 3, you're going to get this story unfolding a lot better than what you had in that first limited edition, for sure. Not to take away, I wasn't part of it, so I definitely don't want to diss on that first edition. But man,
Well,
to see the growth in our artist,
yeah.
and our editor, you two original guys, you guys have wowzers.
That's where I think I find my value the most. That's where I find my value the most in having that original Judgment, because like what we're about is we're raw, we're vulnerable, and at the same time to see the growth that happens when someone dives in and just like puts a lot of time and effort into something that they're passionate about, to see the growth in that's what really inspires me. Like I always like an underdog story, and I really like to see people conquer things. And so, I mean, we're not professionally trained, right? We're just passionate about storytelling. We're passionate about these stories right now. We'll be passionate about other stories later. But I'll send these guys pieces of art that I'm drawing in the week that have nothing to do with anything, just because.
And we go, man, he's got the most to do and he's distracted.
But it's my sanity, you know? I mean, they understand, but like, we have to have something in our life that we're just passionate about, that we're a little bit nerdy about, and we don't give two craps what people think, you know?
Yep.
So, this is kind of like, it's a way of us. I mean, we're not expressing ourselves politically. We're not doing anything like that, but we are challenging ourselves daily right now. We set these goals that are almost unattainable, you know, which is great in my opinion. But for me to take something out of my head and put it on paper to a point where someone can like honestly know what it is was like one of my biggest goals. Like I was very excited about that. So
isn't it crazy the trust? We've used the term trust the process
yeah.
From the day you decided to bring me on to now. And the funny thing is that term has changed.
Yeah.
I remember when you brought me on, you said if you're writing a story, you're presenting it, you stick to that story. When an artist gets a hold of it or someone tears it apart, you need to stick to your story and not let us deter. And that was really good advice, but at the same time, it's being open minded.
Yeah.
My story would be completely different if I didn't take Walter's and Walt's advice, and together we've created this amazing story
Right.
that's continuing to come to life. And then trusting that process from that original Judgment book to Judgment Rise of Concord and Epic Book 1, just one bit at a time. And that's, doing these videos, people get on and, they're seeing you just do one layer by layer by layer at a time.
Yeah.
And it takes time. It takes a process.
It does.
And there may be somebody that does it better or does it differently, right?
Right.
With different experience, knows different tricks, and that's great.
I think the best thing to say is like, Paula's listened to all of us. Like my wife has listened to all of our conversations about this when this started, we were looking at we were going to get into the Greek about it. Amor, her name means love, right? In like Greek, right? Well, not Hebrew. I mean, it's a biblical it's a biblical story based like because God and demons and angels, and so we were going to go with like all of the demons' names were going to be. She's been in that whole process. We've gone away from that, but she doesn't know a lot about it. But she's my color girl, right? Like she will walk into something I colored and be like, "What are you thinking?" And so everyone has someone that is. I'm trying to find that green in the background there. We all have the resources around us, and we just can't. Don't ignore them, I guess. I don't.
Well, and everybody's got an eye for something. I mean, was it 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago? We know you were our contrast guy. You were you were just contrast this, contrast that, and it was like, where the hell did that come from, man? It was an eye I didn't have.
Yeah.
At that time,
I woke up.
Right.
You what?
I woke up.
You woke up?
Yeah. And my glasses.
Probably had the right amount of drinks in you is what happened, huh?
Yeah.
This is Kool-Aid, man.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh yeah. So before we go any further, I do want to make an announcement about May the 3rd.
Yeah.
We are gonna have a special guest visitor.
Awesome.
You guys do not know about yet.
Are you gonna tell us, or is that just your way of being totally
Ar-
mischievous.
Ar-
Mystical.
Arsenal will be there in full uniform.
Oh, let's go.
That's awesome. Good, because
That is a shout
I'm
out.
I'm
Like,
I'm not going in costume this year.
our reigning champion isn't going in costume. That's kind of sad, dude.
Yeah, right.
Like,
I
didn't you
took the
win
cake
the?
on the costume
Didn't you
contest
win the
last year, and I'm going to let someone
Yeah,
else take it.
that's awesome. So what I'm
Craven the
gonna do-
Hunter was enough.
By the way, I saw Craven finally,
It's a good show, isn't it?
and I've seen it like 6 times now.
It's kind of an underrated. Like it got bad
Way
reviews, and I was like,
underrated.
"Why?
Oh my
It's
gosh,
great!
it's
I like
good.
it better than Venom.
I did too. Venom's funny, but that was pretty funny too.
Venom's funny. I'm
I
gonna
like
step
the
away
I
from it.
like the humor in Venom, man. It was like watching a clean Deadpool. So what I'm doing now is what's that?
What do you got there, Mike?
This right here. Sorry, I was covering the screen as I was sitting down. Didn't want you guys looking at my crotch. This is what I won last year in the costume contest.
There you go.
So it was the first drop of the Weapons of Vengeance, the Wolverine, Helverine. But it's an $80. It's $80 in. It's actually gone up in value now. I'm horrible with this camera. But go in full costume. You guys will have an opportunity to win. What did your daughter win?
She took cash. She was just like cash money.
Jojo took the cash.
Yeah, she took.
They offered me $30 in-store cash, and I took the $80 comic book.
Attaboy.
Yeah, that was good. She still hasn't spent
$80 now. You know, by the time you retire, look at there.
Yeah, my boys might be saying, "Thank you, Dad. You just paid for
Right.
college."
You just paid for all my doctorates.
So what we're gonna do now, and I'm gonna try to do
my
this
daughter.
as quickly as
Be
possible,
real.
is we're gonna go through and we're going to be putting in some flat colors, and so I just go ahead.
And this goes back to you saying trust the process, because
Yeah,
when he first started doing this, we were like, "Whoa, that's flat. That's flat."
yeah,
But
it is flat.
you
yeah.
start with the flat, correct?
Yeah, we start with the flat. You wanna get like your flat colors. To save time, I might go a little like do the shaded color for the skin. I don't know. We'll see. But these you do them all in different layers, so that you can come back and like add different shading and different things. So I can do, instead of shading a lighter color for their skin, I can actually and I'll put some clothes. Her clothes will be a different layer, so I'm just gonna work my way through that, and then over here to the leg. But I can actually put the light source on the darker color instead of working backwards, like starting with a really light color and then putting dark and then putting light in again at the end. But yeah, Mike almost died last week. He wasn't here. Elephant in the room. So
Yeah, thanks, guys.
we almost felt bad about calling him a wuss. And, you know,
And unbeknownst to me,
see
my
that? I just did it
children
again.
my children communicated for me
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yes.
and let you guys know I was alive, but they didn't even tell me. I woke up the next morning to messages that I'd read that they had taken over my phone. I think I slept for like 18 hours straight.
And you needed to, like.
Yeah.
But everything's calm.
So if you ever have a fever, don't be a dummy.
Yeah.
Don't go sit in a hot tub for 3 hours. And then we went to celebrate my mom's 70th birthday, and we had all my siblings together for the first time since my dad died in 2017. And the second night there, I was starting to fever, and I just thought I was cold, so I went down to the hot tub, and it wasn't warm even in the hot tub. So sat in there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I cooked my brain a bit. It took me, I think I was still coming back from that cognitive. Ask these guys if they think my brain's back yet.
I think it is.
It's there.
Reno will say it
It's
was never there in the first place. You can't
It's
get it
there.
back if it wasn't there.
It's there. It's there. It's gone.
Let's go.
Here you go. It fried. It baked.
Here you go.
It's fried.
I'm going to separate these two also. Rogan. Well, what did you say this guy's name was? You remember?
I was just going to ask you that too. 1 second. I got pulled up here on El Computer. But, last week when we were doing this, or 2 weeks ago when we were doing this, we said, we thought it was Tarzan. It is essentially a Tarzan story. He just, instead of crashing a plane, he ended up on a boat.
So it's more like a Disney Tarzan.
Yeah.
Because, wasn't Tarzan like Elsa's brother? So when her parents were out,
That's a fan myth, but
is it though?
it's just a fan myth.
Is it? Because that's what
I don't think it was ever confirmed.
That would be cool though.
All just
Hey,
like
I'm all good with fan myths.
Yeah.
just like
YouTuber getting on and presenting his
bottom of the ocean.
Right.
Opinions.
Let's see here.
Marvel has a really cool. I don't know if that's where Walt's going right now, but Marvel does have really cool origins. You can go and you can get on Marvel and you can look at the whole backstory of all of their characters. Plot is very important when developing characters. I think that's one thing that I'm really one thing that makes it easy to keep going when things get hard and deadlines get short. Doing this, we've got 30 plus books wrote already. We've got the dialogue and the backstory. It's not hard to get into what we where we're going with this and different things. So if you're ever lost or depressed, you can just get in.
Which book is this? This is book 3, correct? To that one, Walt?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Kazar.
There it is.
Kazar is his name.
Oh, whoops. So now I'm going to put her shirt is they still gave her the yellow and green, which is nice. They stuck with that.
And this is Rogue from the X-Men, correct?
Two different pieces, though.
So the storyline here is, while now happily married to Gambit and fully in control of her mutant powers, Rogue of the X-Men is once tormented by her inability to touch anyone. This raises the question of whether or not she took advantage of the loss of her powers while stranded in the Savage Land.
So can
Rogue Tarzan number 3 confirms that she tried, yet she was rejected in her efforts. Yes. And look at that. There's a picture of John. Look at that.
Of who?
The picture you're drawing out is right here on the laptop.
Right. There you go.
How could you draw that one? That's a good
Good
one.
job doing your homework, buddy.
He's
That makes one of us.
He's finding all of the pictures he wants to draw next.
We can't put them on live. Oof. Yeah, get out of that. Delete my history.
Whatever. I just did that all in one.
Oh, shout out to the collective. I just noticed online they mentioned that all 6 of the graphic novel, the Invincible books, are available at their store.
That's awesome.
So get your bundle pack now for those of you that love Invincible.
That's awesome. Are you reading that right now?
I'm not reading it. I've watched the first 2 seasons and the spin-off of the season. They will I think they're dropping a new comic book series that's in the Invincible universe called some Beast something. In May. Just keep an eye out for that. But I know a lot of people love Invincible. My kids love it. But that's exciting. But get over to the collective, guys. Support them.
Yep.
They've been great for us.
Yeah, we love Charles and Travis and all of them over at the collective. Go back here. I think I'm gonna focus on this girl, and so that we can get like some full color. We'll see. We're only at like 8:40, right?
We're at 8:40 at the moment, so we have 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I might do that. Clean up a little bit up here on her arm. We'll do some touch up here real quick that I noticed. Tonight, after the live, we're going to be getting back and getting after our we're completely done drawing, and we're going to try our best to not go back and redo stuff. It's
you get to remind us, huh?
That wasn't a reminder so much for you. I guess it was, and for me.
Mike, we're not changing it all up. You already gave me the green light. We're doing.
It's difficult, man. You know, like it's difficult. So we look at this a lot. So we'll go through the penciling process and we'll look at everything and we'll be like, I think we're good. Let's move forward with that. And then we'll ink it. And then we'll be like, I think we're good. Let's go with that. And then we color it. And then I think we're good. Let's go with that. And then we get into the words. And we can go all the way through all those processes. And something will come up at every single different one. We start to see more and more of the pictures. We start to see more and more of the story. We start to see all of those things. And it just, your mind just starts racing. And so it is what it is. And it's just a fight. It's a struggle. You want it to be perfect. You want to put out a good product. But
and putting out a good product, but putting out a perfect product, those are two different things.
Yeah, and we're not so much bent on the perfect, I don't think.
Because what's our motto?
Raw and vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't mean we're putting out crappy work.
No, the biggest
but
thing
we want to be able to show the process too, right?
Right.
Be willing to show that we were where we were 6 months ago, a year ago, and where we're going to be in 4 years.
Right. What were you saying, Walt?
I mean, if you look at the comic book process from Marvel Comics that were released by Stan Lee back in the 60s, and then what he was still putting out in the 80s, huge difference, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The Marvel way.
Granted, he got a big team to help him and everything else, but still, his process got better, and I mean, he's the bomb.
For sure.
What were you saying, Walt?
The biggest thing I see that we run into is when we start, we start at the cover, page 1 of a book, and we'll get 6 or 7 pages into it, and we're like, oh, shit. We just did the whole book in half the page. We have so much dialogue. That's the thing that we're really learning is we've tried to we were compacting so much into the pages.
Mm-hmm.
But we had to tell ourselves to slow down, spread it out. But then when we did that, and I was like, oh, shoot, okay, now we can add this in there, more context into it, more contrast, whatnot, to make each page different and pop out in a different way. And I'm really excited for these next books coming out because we've got different colors in there. We broke away on the Judgment from the red, black, and white.
We have a couple more colors in there on certain pages just to make things pop out. Did the same thing on the Evic books.
Find our own new little tricks for contrast, right?
Yep, exactly. Yep, and I am super excited about these books coming out. Like, I am stoked.
Yeah. And I can tell you right now that wasn't me.
Yeah.
But it worked so good. And Mike's got a really unique way of telling stories. One that's just captivating. And Walt and I both have drawn from that knowledge and uh, and grown a lot in it. And so the process that he puts out, like when he puts a story out to us, you know, it's a narrative. It's almost like drinking out of a fire hose, right? That's just like
Yeah.
full on, like ready
It's
to
drowning.
go. Yeah, you'd be
Yeah.
drowned in it for sure. And
Yeah.
um, I like how her. So this is going to be a fun little. Let's do this. So I want to show you something that's kind of fun. So her headband in here is kind of like green and yellow. It's really got like a tie-dye kind of deal going on to it. So I'm going to show you something that you can do with Procreate. But yeah, so Mike is we've learned a lot from working with Mike and Walt's our contrast guy for sure. I mean, I don't want to give too much away of Mike's books, but like one book is completely colored different than the other because of the story he's telling and where it's coming from. So it's
well, and I'll give away some. I mean, we did one book full color, you know, and Walter or Reno. You guys confuse me with your names, Walter and Walter, but Reno, you know, you gave good advice, but you kind of were tempered, right? When we got to the one where it was a different more use of contrast than color. Wow, you just came out of nowhere with that.
Yeah.
And you ran the show that night on contrast.
So, not to take away from that, but what I'm doing here is so basically what happened is I'm going to take that off. I create a white layer on her band, okay, and then I go above it and I make another layer, and then they've got this tool here called liquefy, and so like you can push things around.
Okay.
So like I could stir it, I can swirl it, I can hold it here and it'll swirl. And so that's really fun. And do that. I need to make it more like just together. And so then I'm going to move this over so that it's completely covering. I want a lot of yellow on that backside though. So I need it to be.
You want yellow?
Right? That's
For
they
this
so
guy that doesn't
yellow.
like
I hate
yellow.
yellow. I hate it so bad.
This is live. It is never getting deleted. Y'all heard it. He is doing yellow.
So I'm gonna try to get some yellow on that side and then have the green cover it all. And I'm gonna show you a fun little trick here.
Walter doesn't like yellow,
Right
but
there.
this is what he did in our book. I don't know if you guys
So
can
then
see that.
you go to this layer here and
That's mustard.
you just
That's
click on
mustard.
it
Mustard.
and you hit clipping mask. It's called clipping mask and it attaches it to the white. That makes sense? Let me I'm going to take it off here and I'm going to show it to you on a different layer, one that's easier to read. So we're going to bring this over and put it on Magneto. And it's up in his face here in different things and then you clipping mask it and it just covers on all that red stuff.
Oh.
So fun
That's
little
cool.
trick. Obviously on such a small scale, well, let's go back. I want it on this white and I'm just going to bring this down and I'm just going to make that one layer because I'm going to clean it up a little bit later. But I saw that it was a good opportunity for fun. And it's definitely green or a darker green I'll clip and mask this, go to the green, make it darker, and I'll get my airbrush out, and I'm gonna make her, because her hair is shadowing out this, right? And so we're gonna
I was just making sure we were caught up with any of our comments for our followers. We got 12 left. Looks like Lisa Bell had said super excited, stoked for y'all as well. You guys are awesome and really enjoy these bi-weekly videos.
Thank you, babe.
And then also thank you, Lindsay. Lindsay's one of our faithful fans every bi-week.
Yeah.
And that's why we do these, guys.
Yes. And we cannot do it without you guys.
No.
We could, but
Y'all get
you'd
out
be
here,
seeing
guys.
We
us
should
on
be
the
talking to
corner,
ourselves.
begging for change, talking to ourselves, holding up cardboard cameras instead of, what we got right now.
Right. Hey, what color are Rogue's eyes?
Blue.
Are they blue?
But look out, guys.
They're green. No, sorry, they're green. She's
I
a
was gonna
redhead.
say,
They're green.
everybody's eyes are blue because yours are blue.
Yeah.
Well, it's like all.
I just wanted to really quick and
Colorblind.
made that
No,
comment of how we couldn't do this without our fans and without support. Again, shout out to those that have supported us and helped us. And keep an eye out on some of our upcoming books. We've got some Easter eggs. Those that have given us support, some fans. I'm not going to tell you what they are. You got to find them. That's what an Easter egg's for. But kind of trying to show some appreciation to our sponsors and our supporters by sneaking them into our books.
And some of,
And they'll also be, and we'll also pay tribute on the back of the book for that. But
right.
help us support those that have supported us. Come out and buy our books. May the 3rd.
This
Are we still doing? It's a closed book for pre-sales.
Are we still doing pre-sales? Yeah, we're still doing pre-sales.
Yeah, are we done?
Yeah.
So I guess we've sold about 15 pre-sales of the entire packets.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd say if you're going to do that, it's got to happen this week, or we're not going to pre-sell you anymore. But you're going to save. You're basically going to save $10 by buying our pre-sale bundle if you reach out to us.
Just reach out to us on Facebook.
Yeah.
If it knows personally, just
website's not going no more. We jumped.
Because after May the 3rd, they're $5 a book. Right now, if you buy the whole bundle, it's $25 for 7 books, guys. That's a crazy deal. So thanks for those that have done the pre-sale. We did pre-selling to. Got a sister in Utah, a brother in Missouri. Got people in Pocatello. And then our Wasted Wages night that did our pre-sales.
Yep. I have one. I have Busted Babe number 2.
Out of Kansas, correct?
And Oklahoma.
Okay.
I hope she's not listening to that because she's from Kansas. She might shoot you. We have Rebecca.
She'll forgive me. I'll make sure to write a good narrative for her.
Hey, you already did.
Did you say I already did?
Predators back in Oklahoma. Then we have some out of California. So, and Wyoming both. Got a bunch in Wyoming actually. So.
And actually, neat one, guys. We've got an English teacher in Arizona. She actually put her book in her high school class, the Book of Evic.
Awesome.
Honors English.
That's awesome.
No judgment?
Yeah,
No. It
was
just a friend of mine, and I only sent him that one book. But
that's probably elementary school. That's probably safe.
I'll have to repent and get him the whole set.
What grade?
I think it's.
Fires.
I said high school, so I don't know what grades.
They're good. You got National Geographics. But no, absolutely, guys. You guys that are watching this and are going to watch it, you guys are awesome. We appreciate everything you guys do for us. And like we said before, you guys are why we do this. So
Yeah.
we love it. And we love you guys.
That's why we're doing it.
I want to give another shout out to the collective, Charles and
Travis.
Give a shout out to them for letting us come to their shop and set up a table for you guys. Wasted Wages again for donating their equipment and for their past sponsorship with us for the tournament. And again, of course, the number one shout out is to the rest of you guys.
And also shout out to Harris Plumbing. I wouldn't have my computer systems or computer and everything set up to be able to do this if it weren't for his help and getting me set up there. So we've got some good work out.
Yeah, we were going out. We're going through the Easter eggs. I'm excited about the Easter eggs to see who can
Yes.
come up with
There's a
something.
good.
I don't know.
Yes.
Do we put them in there? Do we have to say? Do we have to tell them where they're at? Like, I don't know.
No, I think
Absolutely
let's
not.
wait till the book's released and get on here on the live and let us know what Easter eggs you know. There might be a prize for those that find them all.
So, do we want to talk about the raffle that we're going to have at the collective, Walt?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So we're going to have all books. All books will be up there autographed. Are we still doing the custom autographed jersey?
We can. I haven't ordered that one yet.
Okay.
For sure, we ordered an extra jersey, but I don't think we sublimated the autographs on it.
We didn't.
So
we could do it. The hard thing with those is that you just don't know if it's going to fit them. I mean, they're hanging on a wall. But
my suggestion was we can have it there as a gift card.
Yeah.
That way we can get their size, and when it comes in, get the autographs and whatnot for that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we can definitely do that.
Yes. Yep. And then so we'll have all books out, autographed, sealed, for you guys. We'll have the raffles there at the counter where Charles and Travis will be. So come in.
Well, and just so you know, on book 3 of Evic is a drop of one of our hockey players that has played for us for 2 seasons now.
That's right.
She's in our book as a pretty big character, and for that raffle will be one of the only signed copies from her. She'll be signed on that copy as well. She's not going to sign a lot of copies. So obviously what she chooses to sign for her friends and family, that's different, but
yeah,
that's going to be available for that raffle.
I've got a funny story about that. So Judgment's darker, right? Like than Epic is, and
a bit more revealing, right?
And more revealing different things. And I'm showing her character. Well, she walks in and I'll do a Judgment. I'm right in the middle of Judgment, and I've got this scene where this demon's running profile, and he's got like his minions behind him running, and they're charging, and it's a really epic scene. It's a really cool panel, but it's really gruesome. And she's like, "Whoa, what's that?" And I'm like, "That's you. That's your character." She's like, "Whoa, I'm awesome." She was so excited. She was so excited. I'm like, "Hey," I'm like, "You're awesome, but you're not in this book. That's a demon." Like, you're not a demon. But she's got a really cool part to this story.
Can we say her name?
It's outside, babe.
Jojo?
Oh no, you can.
What is it? Because you can smell it in the living room.
Hey everybody, this is my wife, and she's worried about fire.
Yeah, I thought our house was on fire.
Yeah, don't start your house on fire.
Someone's burning something, so she's gonna go investigate.
Okay.
But you could say it. That's fitter, right? Like so.
Yeah, Fitter.
That's Fitter.
Fitter's her nickname. We won't say her
Uh,
real name.
JoJo the Brave is mentioned in one of the books. She's our first like out of the box. That I mean, we could.
Yep. So she'll be the first officially dropped character, or based off of your daughter, in fact, right?
Yeah.
Inspired character. We consulted her on the character, and that's the same thing with Fitter.
Yeah.
Consulted. We're super excited about that. My son David, he's not going to be in until book. I think it's the end of book 4.
5 or 4. Yeah.
But he's been putting a lot of thought into his character. It's a really important role. I think it's book 5 or 6. We'll have my other son Michael. He wants for his first drop.
Yeah.
So we've got some people that getting to be part of a comic book story. Yeah, and I think Reno's son wants to get in on that. Obviously your mom and aunt are going to be in on the book.
Yep.
All of Judgment's based off of your friend group, right?
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. It's
So-
all our friends group and.
I got a twist I want for the Busty Babes,
What's that?
and I guarantee she's gonna blast me on this one, but she needs to have a pet snake. She hates snakes,
We could.
but I think she should have a snake or a serpent or something.
You think maybe we should have like a like whoever like that's her weakness maybe even.
That's not weak. That's her death.
You get with me on that later, and I'll write that in. We'll come up with something fun.
Yeah. Yep.
So we are at 9:00. Do we need to say anything to our fans before we close up?
Yeah. Thanks for being here. That's my biggest one. Thanks for watching this process. Like moving forward, I would begin to start like lighting her up. Because I'm going backwards here. I'm not adding light colors and dark colors, whatever. Actually,
Are we gonna do this the rest of the month? Are we doing this every week, or are we continue with bi-weekly?
We only have what one left.
One more bi-weekly till we hit.
Yeah, and so yeah, we can finish this up, unless if you guys have something else you'd rather us do, let us know. Reach out to us, rookiecomics@gmail.com. But yeah, adding that third tone on really kind of helps put like some dimension.
So join us again on April 20th, correct?
Yep, April 20th will be here.
And then we probably need to do a live on the 27th, something, because it's the week before.
I've got a live planned. We're gonna do a live over at the collective when the jerseys get in, the books get in.
Hey, so keep
So,
tuned with us, guys.
Yeah, we'll keep you in touch. Follow us on Facebook. We'll keep all that stuff out. We'll try to give you some more notice too. And
Here's our number one fan, Aurora.
What's
She's
up,
actually
Aurora?
the true editor-in-chief.
That's it right there.
Right, Aurora? Say hi.
And with that, we are Rookie Comics. Stay Rob, stay vulnerable, and have a great couple weeks.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Thank you guys.